Adrian Heath. We'll get started with a question from John Marco. John?
Coach, another draw at home. What did you tell your team in the locker room after this one?
Well done. I thought they were excellent. Playing the reigning champions, and we should have won the game. And I thought some of our football in the first half was probably the best we've played all season. I thought, I'm trying to think of somebody who's not done well tonight. Had a couple of errors that have cost us, but overall, outstanding at times.
Adrian, looking to the starting 11 tonight, Hassani Dotson played left wing for the first time since 2021, pre-injury for him, of course. Yeah. What went into that decision, and knowing you have other winger options on your bench?
Well, the other winger options on the bench would have been Joe, who felt his knee a little bit on Wednesday night. We didn't think that Sangbin was ready to play. Iwi's only just come back from an injury. But we wanted to play Hassani in a sort of little hole in midfield, and I thought he was outstanding. Turning with the ball, running with the ball, picking a pass. So I'm delighted how that turned out.
Adrian, so Emmanuel Reynoso keeps improving match after match.
Outstanding. Outstanding. I said on the bench, I've played with some, I think, great players. He's up there with anybody. His balance, his vision, his turning ability and knowing where the next pass has got to go is as good as I've ever seen.
What were your thoughts on that Alongwanesh miss that?
Well, it's typical of Ray to pass it. Yeah. From where he was, I'd like to see it again, but I thought he could have gone all the way himself. But you've heard me say it maybe 18 months ago that we've got to get him being a little bit more selfish in the final third. And, he's upset that we didn't score a goal there. But, he made that decision. But Bongi should have done better with the opportunity.
What's your take on the goal allowed?
Yeah, Boxy should have done better with it. That's it. It's an error. Mistake. He knows that. We all know that. But apart from that, I thought he was outstanding all evening again. I'm really pleased with the players. For us to have travelled, got back at 3 a.m. on Thursday, played in 111-degree heat on Wednesday night. Incredible energy levels from the guys. So pleased for them.
Adrian, Miguel Tapias was ruled out with an ankle injury today.
Yep.
Wednesday he left with cramping. He trained Friday.
He didn't do an awful lot on Friday, and it swelled up again overnight, and he just felt it, and so we're not going to rush him.
Can you elaborate on what the ankle injury might be?
He rolled it a little bit, and it's on the inside rather than the outside, so they generally be a little bit more painful. But nothing too serious, but we didn't want to gamble with it. At the end of the day, we've got 7-8 days before the next game, and the next month is going to be important for us. We want to treat the League's Cup with the respect that the tournament should have, because it's an important one. But for us, for the likes of Sangbin now has been injured, and Ray and the likes of Pookie, we feel as though the next month is going to be really important to get them really at their maximum sharpness.
Is it too early to determine if Miguel will be available come the League's Cup next weekend?
I would think he would. I'll be surprised if he isn't.
And in Allianz record attendance, 19, almost 20,000. Could you hear him and feel him?
We could, but we can always hear him. I say it every time, and I don't say it as lip service. We've got a great atmosphere here. Our supporters are second to none. They have an incredible atmosphere at LAFC, but I know that their players and their staff always respect the atmosphere that's generated here. It's the nearest to LAFC. And you can't play much more of a compliment than that, by the way.
It's another game where your team's created a lot of chances, but has only scored 1 goal. What's your optimism level for that changing after this month break?
Well, we've played the best team in the league, because the league table nearly tells you that. They're going to be thereabouts again. They won it last year, went nearly all the way in the Champions League. There wasn't a lot in the two teams tonight. That's my confidence level, that we played arguably the best team in the league on the break. And I'm sure that if you ask their people, they were delighted to get over here with a point. We have to look, sometimes we look at the positive. Today is one of them.
So, Adrian, I would like to talk about your system today. So it was like a 4-3-3 1-1, sort of like that. I mean, it was surprising to see Hassani there. You've been trying with Joseph.
Yeah.
So what was the intention beside that? And it was like a 4-3
Well, we
something?
wanted to get another body in there because Reynoso, Ili Sanchez, we got the yellow card on Ray, and we knew he was going to get him attached to it, Ray, because normally every number 6 does. So we tried to get another body in there, so it made it difficult for him. And in the first half, I thought it worked exceptionally well. Asani got some really good pockets of space, turned, ran forward, had a couple of efforts, should have scored with, was it Eder? Was it a chance he had, the free kick? Yeah, so. But I thought he was looking like the Asani Dotson of old. It's people always think when people are injured for 9-10 months that they come back. When they come back, they're never the same in terms of fitness and sharpness. He looks like he's getting back to that again now.
Adrian, as scores are still coming in from around the league tonight, but as things stand, you're 1 point outside the playoff line as we head into the League's Cup break. Knowing for the next month none of these games will impact your positioning in the standing, how do you kind of look ahead and say, even though I have this tournament, there might be another priority with the league standings, or what is the mentality over the next month, knowing that you're outside the playoffs, but you have a tournament too?
We have games in hand on teams in and around us. And the optimism is, for me, is seeing the group that we've got available. We've got good players now, and most of them are coming back. The next month, I'm hoping that we can give more time to Ray, Pookie, maybe Sangbin, to get them really as 100%. Like Ray's still, I think, at about 75, 80%. So, and Pookie's had a season. He's had time off. He's had a holiday. It's going to take him time to get up to, what he feels as though is his maximum.
Any more, Coach?
Last one from me, Adrian. Is there any progress on the transfer of left back Ethan Bristow?
Yeah.
Any update?
Yep.
Any chance you can elaborate on the update?
There's progress. Yeah, we will probably have some early next week, I would think. Yeah.
And it was
What's
reported.
the space?
It was reported earlier this week by the Pioneer Press that he would not take up a U22 initiative spot. Is that still the plan in motion?
You better ask Mark Watson on that. I've been too busy preparing for Wednesday and tonight, so I would think that there's a possibility of that, yeah.
Thanks, Gaff.
Good for Adrian?
All right. Thank you, everybody.